Next on Worcester News Tonight, moving day for one of Worcester's oldest buildings. Look at tomorrow's plans to relocate Stearns Tavern. Plus, the city receives a top rating for its work in looking out for the rights of the LGBTQ community. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Andy Madison. Tomorrow morning, one of the city's oldest buildings will be on the move. Stearns Tavern is being relocated for the second time in its history. Our Olivia Lemon has a look at what's in store for Tuesday's big move.
More than 200-year-old building in Worcester is making a half-mile trek Tuesday. Stearns Tavern is currently located on Park Avenue, but come Tuesday morning, it will be making its way to its new home at Coast Pond.
They'll pick it up and hopefully be on the road for 9 o'clock and be here by 10.
The tavern was built in 1812 and is one of the oldest structures in the city. It was most recently used as a bank. The Seven Hills Foundation will occupy the building. A park, playground, and cafe at the new spot will be maintained by the foundation.
So 12 months a year, this park will be maintained and overseen by a professional organization, which is great.
So many groups and organizations have joined together in this project, which makes it really exciting. And also the use of it is wonderful.
The building has been separated and uprooted from the foundation. It will move in 2 sections. Meanwhile, the project manager says his hope for tomorrow is
that it gets here.
Now, some overhead wires and streetlights will be taken down for the move. A part of Park Avenue will be closed for a portion of the morning on Tuesday. Andy?
Our Olivia Lemon reporting for us tonight. Olivia, thank you. New tonight at 10, emergency repairs closing down an off-ramp from the Massachusetts Turnpike in Auburn, causing a major traffic backup during the evening commute. Crews repairing this section of a bridge which connects the Mass Pike to I-290 eastbound at exit 10. Detour was set up onto Route 12 and Route 20 in Auburn. The Department of Transportation announced the move around 5 p.m. and as you can see, it caused a lot of traffic for drivers on the Mass Pike and in the Auburn area. Drivers should expect delays in the area. In the meantime, no word on how long the ramp will be closed for. The city of Worcester is celebrating another perfect score from the Human Rights Campaign. The organization recognized in the city for looking out for the rights of the LGBTQ community. Our Jennifer Zarate joins us live with the details. Jenny?
Thank you. The report rates cities based on non-discrimination laws, the city as an employer, how Worcester provides services, law enforcement, and the relationship with the LGBT community.
City of Worcester has once again scored 100 points on this year's Human Rights Campaign's Municipal Quality Index.
This report really is a testament to the work that the City of Worcester and our community is doing to promote and advance human rights for everyone in our city.
Jana Torchik, Director of Human Rights and Disabilities for the City of Worcester, met with fellow members of the city's Human Rights Commission at a monthly meeting Wednesday. Torchik says one of their main priorities is to promote fair housing for LGBTQ individuals in the community.
So one of the initiatives of the Human Rights Campaign in the last 2 years has really been focused on housing, specifically on homeless shelters. So we want to make sure that individuals and housing providers understand what their rights are and their obligations under both the state and the federal laws.
Human Rights Commission chairperson Aaron Richmond says what drives him to attend monthly meetings is the opportunity to make a difference.
This is all of our community. So whether you're a member of a particular race, whether you identify a certain way, whether you don't, if you're in Worcester, this is our community.
Richmond says everyone in the community is getting involved, from the Attorney General's office to community legal aid, as well as
the city manager and his staff. You know, this has become important to everybody because we realize there's an area in our society not being necessarily afforded the rights that we all expect and everyone should have.
Jana Torchik says the city's score reflects great leadership and support from social service providers who want to understand and provide great services to residents. Back to you, Andy.
Our Jennifer Zarate reporting for us tonight. Jenny, thank you. Worcester police are investigating a stabbing at the public library. Police say a man was stabbed in the neck during an altercation on the second floor. 30-year-old victim walked himself to the emergency room where he was treated for a minor wound. His injuries are non-life threatening. Anyone with any information is asked to contact the Worcester Police Department. Worcester police also investigating the fatal stabbing death of a 23-year-old in the city over the weekend. While investigators are not commenting on a motive, the victim reportedly had ties to a gang-related murder in Springfield last year. Our Brittany Schaefer reports.
When you're on the streets, you never feel safe.
A Springfield man was fatally stabbed during a fight on Harding Street Sunday. Police identified the victim as 23-year-old Julian Hawley.
Upon arrival, they observed a male laying in the middle of the street. The male appeared to be suffering from several stab wounds to the chest area.
Hawley was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The stabbing has people in the neighborhood concerned.
It's definitely scary. I mean, I walk here twice a day, so it's definitely not a good thing for me to hear.
Our detectives are still working on a motive or a cause of the incident.
According to Mass Live, Hawley was the main prosecution witness in a Springfield murder trial in 2015. Hawley, who was a gang member, pleaded guilty to lesser charges and was later released on probation.
It might make some people less likely to testify in cases like this, which could be key information.
Witness intimidation, a witness murder, who knows?
Police say there was a large fight on Harding Street when the fatal stabbing occurred around 2 a.m. on Sunday. It comes just 2 months after a 100-plus person fight on nearby Water Street.
And there's a large crowd of people coming out of different establishments, that all these people who may have been drinking for lengthy periods of time, it does obviously create a possible hazardous and a dangerous situation.
There's a lot of bars in this area, a lot of people getting disputes, fights. You know, when you put alcohol in the mix, bang.
Police are looking at surveillance footage on Harding Street. People in the area are hopeful the killer will be caught.
Very unfortunate. I'm 23, so I'm very young, and I hope they catch him.
Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
Southbridge residents are being warned to stay alert after several bear sightings in the past few days. As you can see in these photos, there's a bear right next to a bird feeder. The photos were taken over the weekend in the area of Alpine Drive. Southbridge police posting this on their Facebook page, and they want people to remember, if you find yourself this close to a bear, back away slowly and make loud noises will typically scare bears out of your yard. And do not leave any food outside. Drought conditions continuing to impact central Massachusetts. Worcester already buying water to make up for low levels in their reservoirs. Now the city is sending water to a neighboring town facing an even bigger shortage. As our Rosalind Flaherty shows us, water supply has been an ongoing issue this fall.
It's certainly not the best circumstances for us to be supplying water to another community, but this is a case of public health and safety for a neighbor.
In the midst of the worst drought in 50 years, Worcester is now sending water to Leicester.
We can manage to provide them water. They're not a big district.
The Cherry Valley and Rochdale Water District draws their water from Henshaw Pond. The water superintendent says it was losing half an inch of water per day and only had about a week's worth of water left.
This reservoir is a shallow reservoir, and it reacts very dramatically to environmental events. The drought.
Phil Guerin is the Director of Water and Sewer Operations for the City of Worcester. He says Worcester started sending water on October 7th.
Because of their situation, DEP stepped in, worked with them to issue an emergency declaration, and then asked the City of Worcester if we could provide them water.
The city will provide around 270,000 gallons of water per day to the district. Michael Knox is the superintendent of Cherry Valley and Rochdale Water District. He says customers in the district could see their monthly water bill rise 36 to 41% under the emergency status.
We also expect that it'll cost us anywhere from $250,000 to $350,000 during that period of time to purchase water.
Meantime, Worcester is buying additional water using Shaft 3, the city's emergency water connection to the greater Boston area. It was built during Worcester's worst drought in 1966. The city started using the connection a month ago. The last time they had to use it was in 2000.
We've been pumping about 16 million gallons a day into our reservoir system, so it's presently supplying about 75% of our water needs.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News.